Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. It's been quite a while since I've done a decluttering video, but you know what? It was completely necessary and I was feeling a bit frazzled today while filming. So I'm on this quest to become a very minimalist household. My husband is completely on board. I've been talking to my kids for a solid year now about things we actually want and things that we actually need. And we are regular tidying kind of people throughout the day. My kids have chore charts and things like that. I'm more than happy to share that video in the description below about kind of like our cleaning schedule and whatnot, but I've just been so busy these last few months with my business and just life in general that I have not done like my quarterly like declutter where I'm just like getting rid of stuff that we just don't need, we don't use anymore. And the kids space has been particularly driving me crazy. And so down in the basement I went, and it was a little bit of like angry cleaning, but it was so therapeutic. Before I flip this camera around to show you just the decluttering that I did, I will say my daughter cleaned up the basement before I got in there and started basically reorganizing and doing everything. So when I turn this camera around, you're gonna say, all right, this really isn't that cluttered or whatnot. But what drives me nuts is that for the last several weeks, my kids have not been able to manage what they have. And when I say manage what you have, it means put away and be able to just keep tidy the toys that they have. We obviously, in my opinion, and in my children's opinion, when we have too much stuff, where everything just kind of flies all over the place. And when it comes to cleaning up, we're throwing a fit. We are like, I don't want to clean it up. And that tells everyone that we have too much stuff that we are needing to manage. So in the filming of this video, not a single one of my children cried, which is amazing. They completely understood why I was doing what I was doing, throwing things away and whatever else. And we got 3 garbage bags full of stuff out of the basement.
So I had to start with our art cart. This awesome handy cart holds all of our pens and pencils and markers and crayons and colored pencils, just regular drawing paper, notebooks, coloring books, just anything that is art related. And I've been walking by it for weeks now, and Eden has already kind of tidied it up, but things have been spilling out of it for weeks, and there's just crumpled papers and half-done drawings, and it was just kind of freaking me out. So I had to go through. We had about 1 billion colored pencils. We were given a bunch of colored pencils by some family, and I just couldn't take how many, literally like thousands of colored pencils we had. So I was like, we only need like 6 of the same exact color of colored pencils. We need to organize these markers. There was just so much. And then going through all that paper, throwing out all the half-done drawings that are just stuffed in there, going through different books and notebooks and coloring books to just see, are they pretty much full and never going to get used again, that kind of thing. My girls always say how they love when the art cart is all organized and they can find everything they're looking for, and it just makes it a much more enjoyable experience for them.
It's so heavy. It's so, look it. It's so heavy.
Next, I am moving over to this little wooden bin. This bin is usually where I keep curriculum that we are using over the summer. This particular school year, we have honestly been doing like all of our school on my bedroom floor upstairs and not using the basement like as our homeschool space. And so this has just collected a lot of garbage and little activities and curriculum and stuff that we are just not using. So I just need to go through this, move out what we're truly not using, and then cleaning up this homeschool table, which pretty much just gets used for crafts. But in the summer, it's really hot and we like to do school in the basement. So I'm just prepping to get this space ready for our summer school and just get it all organized. It tends to just be a clutter area that just collects a bunch of stuff. Now on to the toy cubbies. This particular area is just kind of crazy. It is very helpful. I love this cubed furniture. We have right now just 4 bins. One is for just a bunch of random toys. Another one is for specifically doll toys and doll accessories. And then 2 of them are for dress up clothes. So we keep our puzzles on the top, and the kids just shove everything in there when they're quote unquote cleaning, but they do really like the bins and how we have them organized. We've had them organized this way for years, and when I get picky about what they're doing, they really do like that everything has a specific bin. So in this bin, this is the random bin, and I'm just gonna go through all of this stuff and throw out what they truly do not play with, stuff that is broken and things that are just basically nasty and no longer usable. And also keeping in mind, if I'm always finding it on the floor because they just throw it out, that's not a toy that they need anymore or want anymore because it's just in the way and they're just throwing it off to the side. Now that I've figured out what's leaving and what is staying, I'm just gonna throw it back into the bin and just move on to the next one. The next bin is the doll bin, which you can see there's things in there that aren't for baby dolls. So I'm just gonna take out those items, put them with the dress up clothes, and then just go through these baby doll things and get it back to the way it should be. Now that I am putting everything back into the doll bin, we are moving over to some play food. My middle daughter really loves the play food. I just want to make sure that the little tiny amount of play food she actually has with the little cups are actually supposed to be in there. And then we're moving on to the 2 bins of dress up clothes, and we don't put roller skates in the dress up clothes, and we still have some other things that don't belong in there. So I'm just going through making sure what should be in the dress up clothes is actually in there. Some of these costumes are ruined and just stuck together and gross that they don't even get used anyway. So now that I've gone through all of these bins, I'm just going to kind of change the orientation of the bins and put everything back in a way that will be accessible for everyone. Now I'm just going into some general declutter. My daughter used to play the piano. She does not play the piano anymore. And so the music has just been scattered all over the place. And we just need to get it back in her piano bag, put it underneath the piano, and just get it out of the way so the music doesn't get ruined. I also have 2 bins underneath this table that she uses as a piano bench, and I really want to go through these videos and decide what do they actually watch, what is way too young for them anymore. We have a lot of Baby Einstein DVDs, and I will say, I love buying DVDs, especially when the internet goes out and your kids still want to watch a show. I love streaming, but there is still a perk to having actual DVDs in your house. So I'm just organizing these and popping them back in. These are much loved and watched movies in our home. And then behind our couch. This couch will be moved back up against the wall here very soon. We just pulled it away during the winter because we were having some issues, but it's just always a complete disaster back there. Stuff gets shoved under the couch now that shouldn't be there, and so we're just gonna eliminate some of these blankets that we don't need anymore, that are really gross and ripped and broken, and just kind of organize this all into the corner. Because when we push this huge sectional back into the corner, this area turns into what my kids call the comfy pool, and they jump into it and use it for just like a fun little play space between the wall and the couch. Now I'm just gonna pack up some of these old toys and things and broken sleeping bags, stuff it into a garbage bag, and just call this place tidy.
Okay, so I really hope that this video motivated you into going and decluttering and really thinking about how much stuff do I really want to manage, and how much stuff do my kids really want to manage, and do they actually play with this stuff, or is it just thrown on the floor? So comment below if you have any thoughts on this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.